This week's US CQM Forecast Alert is Fed struggling with economic slowdown and rising inflation. On the expenditure side, the economic growth rate has been revised downward, mainly due to a decrease in business inventory changes. On the income side, the economic growth rate has been adjusted upward due to upward revision to corporate profit and non-farm proprietors income. In the PCA, the economic growth rate has been modified downward and the GDP price deflator has been revised upward due to rising inflation. As a result, the economic growth rate on both the expenditure and income side has declined to around 0.6%. Real final sales and domestic final sales have been improving since mid-February, so real GDP is unlikely to experience negative growth. Therefore, the Fed will not be in a hurry to lower its policy interest rate. Retail sales in March, import and export, and business inventories in February hold the key to determining whether the economy is slowing down. CQM forecasts show inflation steadily rising. The rate of increase in CPI and PPI in March will be important for the Fed to raise interest rates. PCA forecasts a significantly higher economic growth rate than CQM at 2.29%, reflecting the strong stock market. On the other hand, the GDP price deflator is forecasted to be 3.59%, higher than the CQM, indicating a steady rising in inflation. Conclusions from this week's US CQM Forecast Alert. The first, CQM forecasts economic slowdown. Second, real final sales have been picking up since mid-February, and the economic growth rate is unlikely to turn negative. The third, faced with a slowing economy and rising inflation, the Fed is likely to keep interest rates on hold at the March 20th FOMC meeting. The fourth, the Fed will focus on March's CPI, PPI, and retail sales, and February's export and import to determine which is more serious, the economic slowdown or rising inflation. This slide contains additional information about this week's detailed CQM forecast and shows how to access the past US CQM forecast alert.